migration is another such of employee. Normal employment. Normally, why the people finding circular migration travel from system migrate from one employment job opportunity beyond the border migrate migration migrate at the job taken back to circular migration at migrating comes a post circular migration is a migrate from and when this work is complete they again migrate back to the circular and to another location. The phenomenon mostly among the when the work is over there migrate back to the circular migration became quite popular. Increase access to modern forms of resources created the advent so advanced the network that the or lead to circular migration transient stay temporary stay multiple entry residents country have right to remain in the cloud. Migrant right protect destination country and but have completed it. In terms of public policy, encouraging fluid movement migration in moving from the global south to the west of a better job prospect was brain drain competition for the people who leave their own country the best brain they leave the country. This is a order that is a loss for the country of origin. And in the country where they migrate, so they also the issue of competition. This is country of origin. It brain drain. But in the competition, so this is problem for both. Similarly, the movement of people to the urban area and agrarians, because when people migrate from rural so आज migrate from the rural area, agriculture is affected, and as agriculture affected the local area, in the urban area, pressure on the so as a result, the type of circle migration. On the other hand, is currently at the development and economic is regarded as a balanced migration, migration of the giving country, but also from the perspective of the sending country. Migration, particularly international migration, hits the country because of the flow of remittances at the domestic in the migration other destinies, Arab country or Gulf country, American. So people who left India are migrants. So what they send to country is called remittance. The income foreign country that they send to the country of origin receives huge amount of migrants. That helps in the economic development of the country. Remittance is foreign currency, hard currency. It is regarded as a balanced migration, considered migration in country, but also from the perspective. Migration, particularly migration, its country of origin, because the flow of revenue boost the and aid the economy. Foreign capital inflow and FDI will benefit the jobs and as a result a higher standard. However, large-scale transitional migration result in brain drain, in which the most talented people in the country with their intelligence and ingenuity help another country. Because as they migrate, so who migrate? Just the best brain from the country. They migrate. The problem of brain drain in India. Right now, if you see, most of the multinational companies, the IT world, are led by Indians, and they have the brain drain for the best brain, but use for the development of the technology or development of another country like India. So country will use their intelligence and ingenuity to help another country advance. Our own intelligence advancement. From the standpoint of the host nation, particularly those in the West, a smaller population, greater population resulted in a shortage of low wage, low skill population that migrant have because they have low population and in the low level job, so they try to have the migrant workers. Can do this, correct? However, the inflow of migrants have produced a wide range of fears and cultural tensions in the with the majority of them now advocating migration relations, not an outright prohibition. Circular migration tries to alleviate all of these concerns. The negative consequences of the brain drain will be reduced and brain circulation will be encouraged, which the individual can use his talents in both nations and still contribute to the circular migration within India. In India, internal migration within the country has almost always been the advent of jobs in manufacturing, construction. There has been a huge flow of migrants from rural areas. In 2005 and 2012, construction sector witnessed one of the largest net increase in employment for all work, especially for the rural males. This has led to rural population economy dwindling and urban spaces, while booming witness collapse as they are unable to properly house in the urban area. In India, the uneven development post-liberalization has led to a lot of interstate migration. States like West Bengal are some of the highest rate of migration. Initially, while most of the migration was in Delhi, nowadays it has increased in northern state as well. Some reports have been stated how women get decision-making power in the first member from the family migrate to work outside. Women find more space to take decisions. Circular migration problem. Rural surplus migrants, on the other hand, frequently at the mercy of the middle or brokers. There, language barrier is they are designed to work in unsanitary and dangerous situations. Little or no protection. Furthermore, indigenous wage groups and unions dislike these migrants perceived to doing their job, accepting the work of low salary. Study this type of travel migration, the bare minimum. Migrants can barely provide for themselves and families, no room for education or it is high time that state start actively formulating policies. Some states like Kerala have announced health workers that Awaaz health scheme. There needs to effectively ensure migrant rights. Even you can say in case of Odisha, Biju Swasthya Kalyan Yojana to cover the migrant work because many people Odisha they migrate to other states work there. So even the ration card and the health insurance be provided by the state government facilitate the migrant workers to have benefit in those locations and to receive their rations in their place of the destination place. The precarity of the workers need to be addressed, and there should be more effort to integrate in the destination. Without, so next is the caste census. Without a caste count, caste, there is no, there can be no honest work. Recently, Bihar state government released 2020 survey for far too long. Any decision to collect caste data has been seen as self-evidently political. Thereby, the equality deliberate decision not collected has now been placed outside politics. Earlier, caste-based census, previously the state government of Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, the union government, ill-fated socio-economic caste census, obtained full caste data, but although 2020 the data was never disclosed by the government. On the other hand, Bihar government has yet to data that will allow us to make society of the publicly available. Politics based caste, after Max Weber's famous dictum, Max Weber's famous dictum about the modern state, these states are no longer defined by their monopoly. They are defined as much or even more by their monopoly. Aggregated social nationwide numbers are priceless, crucial for the exercise and power modern electrocracy because they are critical to the management. And totalitarian regimes need to control social statistics. Numbers that describe ourselves are always big, precisely for that reason. That is why the fast moves towards authoritarianism are often aimed at controlling institutions that produce social statistics, both employment, health, and class in general. Numbers that they say something about the well-being or otherwise of the state. So that is why the caste data is specialized with the most. Tell us about the similar identity castes that form the larger national whole. Two sides of the caste-based census. Caste-based census because this data have the potential to highlight social inequalities likely lead towards social and tension, which in turn threaten to win or break the political hegemony. And it is also the last step towards an honest commitment. The real difference and respect must be counted because counts. It is arguably the most important answer today. This means that caste differences are real differences for unity without addressing these differences. Practice regionalist politics. Just as courage is not the absence of fear, which could be more foolishness, but it's overcoming true political unity in the negotiated of difference, not their denial or support. However, the strongest, most enduring, and common argument against caste enumeration has been that it harden caste division and delay or the movement towards a caste. There is some truth here, but it is overshadowed by a large or more compelling. The reality of caste inequalities in the present must be acknowledged and addressed before we can arrive at when censor or suppress caste division not to overcome them. A data-driven approach to better design and implementation of plans and programs for the welfare of the vulnerable. Data-driven economy, this survey will reveal not only the exact number of Dalits and backward classes, but develop education, standard of living, occupation, private government, work efficiency, other source of income, and number of earning member in the accurate data on the number of dependent on one person, the number of caste in the village, and so on will be available, assisting the state government in development. With the help of data, backward caste can, by providing them with information, the caste census will allow us to learn about any social and this will make it plan for that. This survey data not only presents a detailed picture of caste demographics, but also raises important social justice and India. However, necessary to ensure that this used constructively for targeted development rather than mission for identity-based politics. Then the Sanwariya Seth temple, Prime Minister recently visited Sanwariya Seth Rajasthan. The Hindu temple devoted to Lord Krishna and his adored child from known as the Sanwariya Seth or the Swam Seth. It is situated in the village of the Mandapia in Sanchito, constructed in 18 AD. The temple is built in the classic Rajasthani style, exquisite carving, domes and colors. The temple's main construction is made of white marble. Rajasthan, white marble structure. The walls, pillars, and the ceiling of the temple are ornately carved. These carvings mythology as well as other elements. The temple has several domes that are embellished with decorative motifs. The temple's spire or shikhara is a tall tapering tower that rises above the main side. Black stone statue of Lord Krishna is erected in the temple sanctum sanctorum. The temple includes large pillar rooms where worshippers and guests can congregate. The seamoth, the Andaman Sea, two Indian scientists from the National Geographic NIO and their team discovered an active submarine volcano, later seamount. It is an underwater mountain formed through volcanic seamount. They are recognized as hotspots for marine life, like volcanoes on land. Seamount can be active, extinct, or dormant volcanoes. They form near mid-ocean ridge. Earth's tectonic plates are moving apart, allowing molten rock to rise to the surface. The planet's two more studied mid-ocean ridge are the Mid-Atlantic ridge and the East Pacific ridge. Some seamounts that also have been found near the interplate hotspots regions of volcanic activity, plate and oceanic island chains, volcanic and activity called island arcs. They are formed when molten rock comes up from to the tectonic plate. Significance of the seamouths: they provide information about the mantle's composition, how tectonic plates evolve. These are helpful in understanding their influence on how water circulates and absorbs heat and carbon dioxide. They are good places for life because they can cause localized ocean upheaval, the process by which nutrient-rich water from the deep ocean moves up to the surface. Then next is the Controller General of Accounts. The central government's fiscal deficit in the past 5 months touched 36% of the full year target, according to the data released by the Controller General of Accounts. The CGA is the principal accounting advisor to the government of India. The CGA, who work at the Finance Department, were founded in October 2075 to oversee a concern the departmentalization of Indian accounting. The Comptroller of Accounts (CAG) in charge of developing and maintenance a technical effective management accounting system. The office of the CGA provides monthly and annual analysis of the Indian government's expenditures, revenues, borrowings, and different fiscal indicators. It also develops policy for the central and state governments concerning general accounting concepts, formats, and procedures. To oversee the payment, receiving, and accounting processes in the central civil ministry and departments. It is responsible through its internal audit units in the respective ministry departments for maintaining the necessary technical accounting standards. The departmentalized accounting office, as well as monitoring the financial performance and effectiveness of various programs, schemes, and activities of the civil ministries. It also manages banking arrangements for the disbursement of government expenditure and the collecting of government receipts, and it works with the central bank to reconcile the union government's cash balances. Through its web-based audit para-monitoring system, the CGA is also responsible for coordinating and monitoring the progress of the submission of corrective remedial action, taken notes on the recommendation contained in Public Account Committee reports, as well as drafted Auditor General's report, CAG report in the Parliament. It also looks after the pension of the central government. So this Controller General of Accounts (CGA) is a very important office in the Ministry of Finance because it looks after the expenditure of the government. The Nobel Prize in Physics 2023. Nobel Prize in Physics in 2023 has been given to scientists who work made it easier to observe electrons and which has special applications in the field of diagnosing diseases and developing electrical gadgets. Key details: those who share the prize are Annie L. Wheelers, Julius, Peri Agostini, and Ferenc Krauss. They have been awarded for their experiments which have given humanity new tools for exploring the world of electronics inside atoms and molecules. They have demonstrated a way to create extremely short pulses of light that can use measure the rapid process in electrons move or change energy. Scientists work an atom, a teeny unit into which matter can be divided, is composed of a nucleus of protons, neutrons, and electrons that travel around this nucleus. Electrons move fast that it is possible to observe them in the real time. The work of the scientists has brought humanity closer to observing and studying the movement of electrons by producing pulses of light that last only 2 seconds, which is 1 in 10 minus 18 of a second. This can be compared to a high shutter speed camera. If a normal camera is used to capture a moving train, the image will be blurred. But a high shutter speed camera can freeze motion and capture an image of the train. How did they accomplish this? When a laser light went through a noble gas, it reacted with the atom, providing extra energy to electrons, which was subsequently emitted as light. They succeeded in producing and studying a series of consecutive light pulses or flashes of light in one, each pulses lasting 50 attoseconds. They also succeeded in isolating a single light pulse lasting 650 attoseconds. These lights flashes enable the creation of photographs of atom process. The importance of the work: attosecond physics allow us to better comprehend mechanism governed by electrons. One progressive application investigate molecular alternatives blood in order to identify illness. A deeper understanding of how electrons flow and transmit energy can also aid in the development of more energy. Then exercise Sampriti, India and Bangladesh commence 11th edition of the annual joint exercise Umroi Meghalaya. This exercise, alternatively organized by Indian origin, signifies strong bilateral defense cooperation. It first started in Jorhat, Assam in 2009. The exercise has witnessed 10 successful editions till 2020. Then comes the question: what are the causes and implications of the Khalistan issue in India? How can India address the Khalistan issue? The Khalistan problem refers to the British Sikh movement seeking to establish a Sikh nation inside the Punjab region, proceeding from India. The movement origins can be traced back to the historical, technological, political elements that molded Sikh identity and consciousness. The movement has resulted in violence, terrorism, communal confrontation, and breaches of human rights, hurting both India and the Sikh nation. So, causes of the Khalistan issue: the partition of India in 1947, which resulted in the division of Punjab and the loss of Sikh holy sites in Pakistan. The linguistic reorganization of the states in 1956, which created the Sikh majority Punjab but also reduced its size and economy. The Anandpur Sahib resolution of 1973 demanded greater autonomy and cultural rights for Punjab, but was seen as a threat by the central government. The rise of the Jarnal Singh Bhinderwal, a militant leader who advocated for a separate Khalistan and mobilized his followers against the perceived oppression and discrimination by the Hindu majority in Punjab in the 1980s. So, the Operation Blue Star of 1984, which was the military assault on the Golden Temple, the holiest shrine of Sikh, forced out Bhinderwal and his armed supporters from inside the Golden Temple. And subsequently, Operation Black Thunder was also launched to end the terrorism, Khalistan terrorism. It resulted in the heavy casualty and damage to the temple and sparked widespread anger and resentment among the Sikh because army made an entry to the most sacred religious place. The assassination of Prime Minister Indira Gandhi by her Sikh bodyguard in 1984, which triggered anti-Sikh riot across India, killing thousands of Sikh and displacing many more. The emergence of various militant groups and factions that carried out the violent attack against the state civilians, both in India and abroad, throughout 1980s and 1990s. Implication of Khalistan issue: the consequences of the Khalistan issue include the loss of life, property, and human rights as a result of violence, terrorism, counter-terrorism, and communal confrontation. The deterioration of the trust, unity, and collaboration among the population, particularly Hindu and Sikh inside Punjab and beyond India. Alienation and radicalization of the South Sikh youngsters being excluded and discriminated against by Sanskrit culture and politics. External meddling and influence, such as Pakistan, which has supported and funded various Khalistani groups, the harm done to India's image and repute as a secular and democratic society that values variety and plurality. Measures to address the Indian government should engage in dialogue with the various sections, moderates, radicals, and the diaspora groups abroad to understand their grievances. The dialogue should be based on respect, trust, and will, and should aim at common ground. Development, the Indian government should invest in common development of Punjab and ensure that get its fair share of resources, opportunities, and benefits. Government should also address the problem of unemployment, drug abuse, environmental and agrarian distress that plague Punjab. Government should also promote Punjab's culture, heritage, and tourism. Justice. The Indian government should ensure justice for the victims and survivors of the violence abuse that occurred during the Christian movement. Government should also punish the perpetrators, instigate anti-riots and crimes. Government should also offer compensation to the affected. Diplomacy. Government should adopt aggressive diplomacy to counter propaganda originated on foreign soil such as Canada, because this government should adopt aggressive diplomacy to counter the propaganda in India. So the Sikh community and majority and in Canada especially Sikh origin. This Pakistan Canada. Recent Canada government's allegation Pakistan leader that a Indian hand is suspected has been proved by the Prime Minister and the Parliament to further strengthen relations. They should take it very seriously and has taken. The Khalistan problem is difficult and delicate, requiring the government to take up a comprehensive and inclusive actions preserving India's unity and integrity. The government should address the legitimate grievances and aspirations of the Sikh community in a peaceful and democratic manner. Coming to the question, with reference to the Karman line statement, Karman line is an imaginary boundary located 10 kilometers from sea level that separates Earth atmosphere from the space. Okay. So the Karman line was established in the 1960s by the NASA, United States Space Agency, with two are correct. Consider the following pairs. For this, Ismi, Assam Khasi, Nagaland, Jelian. Which of the pairs are correct? So pair 1 and 3 are correct. This Assam Khasi is not correct. Regarding the pink bollworm, disease of the cotton crop, this is the following statement. The pink bollworm is a destructive pest that primarily affects the wheat crop, not the cotton crop. It is native to Africa. That is not correct. Genetically modified BT cotton seed have lost their efficacy in combating bollworm due to the insect resistance. Only one is correct. 3. What is the following statement regarding the global framework on chemicals? The global framework on chemical was recently adopted by the G20 at the summit. Right. That is correct. Then the International Conference on Chemical Management was recently organized by the United Nations Environment Program. This is correct. This is not correct. Not correct. No, this is not correct. So correct. The International Conference. This is correct one. Then UNEP is responsible for guiding, monitoring, and strategic approach to management. Incorrect. SISEM is the binding principle policy framework to address the challenges related to adoption and implementation management chemicals. 1, 3, and 4 are incorrect. 2 is so the Sanwaria temple is in Rajasthan. Which Prime Minister? Then consider the following statement in relation to the Controller General of Accounts (CGA), the Government of India's principal accounting advisor. Right. So it reports the Ministry of Finance, Department of Expenditure. Right. It oversees banking procedures for the disbursement of the government funds. All the 3 are correct. Consider the following statement. It is mostly made up of iron and nickel. Earth's inner core is mostly made of iron and nickel. That is right. Revolves as a slower rate than the rest of the world. It has an excellent thermal and electricity. It revolves slower than the rate. So 2 are correct. 3 is not correct. Which of the following best describe the term extrusome recently? Extrusome is an organelle in mammalian plasma cell. Okay, B is the right answer. Coming to the next question, 9. What is the following statement in relation to the United Nations Convention Against Transnational Organized Crime (UNTOC)? So it is sometimes referred as the Plemora Convention. That right. It is concerned with the trafficking of people and migrants over water. Right. The Central Bureau of Investigation is the lead agency in India dealing with the UNTOC. All the 3 are correct. Then consider the following statement regarding the International Coral Reef Initiative. The United Nations Environment Program initiated it. That it is India is a participant in the effort. Okay. So this is so only 2 is correct. 1 is not correct. That is the end of the topic discussion today. Thank you for watching. Keep watching regularly. Thank you.